I'm Michelle Borges. I graduated in 2013 from NC State with degrees in biochemistry and nutrition, and then I worked for about a year after that exploring both paths. I worked for a registered dietitian, Lisa Eberhard, over at NC State Dining, and I also worked in a lab funded by the USDA just to feel out nutrition and biochemistry, and also work on grad school applications. I went to Tufts University for my master's. I got a degree in food policy and applied nutrition with a concentration in data analysis, and I just finished that up in this past May, and now I'm currently still working remotely for Tufts. I currently still work for Tufts University remotely as a research assistant data analyst. My training was basically all covered in grad school. Grad school was a lot of methods training. I was trained in STATA, which is a statistical package comparable to SAS. A typical day is basically based on whatever schedule I set for myself. I might have some Skype calls or conference calls in the morning or afternoon, but mostly I still kind of follow a groove that I got into the rhythm of in grad school, which is in the afternoons or evenings. I tend to do a lot of reading, prep work, like make an outline, lay out anything I think I might need, and then in the morning I just really focus on output. Usually that's a lot of writing, maybe running code in STATA. So I just follow that pattern, abbreviated with maybe some meetings or calls. Most of my work is writing and in STATA or Excel. So I use nutrition, I work in the context of nutrition a lot. So I might use nutrition as a coefficient in a regression model if you want to know how some program affected BMI scores or calories or vitamins, minerals, and we might also use nutrition terms for literature searching. So I'm primed to know which terms and what numbers to look out for in the context of nutrition, but I mostly day-to-day just use data analysis. So after graduation from NC State, as I said, I kind of explored the biochemistry more lab route, and I also explored the dietetic nutrition route, and then I wound up going to grad school, and I wound up doing neither route. I sort of discovered this third path in nutrition that is more focused on evaluating policies and programs. It's more of an economic approach rather than a person-to-person individualized care approach like dietetics or a lab benchwork approach like biochemistry. So I found this third path that suits me the best so far. I wish I would have found a different way between bopping around between biochemistry and nutrition, but then maybe a clearer, more direct path would have been easier on me. I definitely put myself through a lot, but then if I had found a more clearer path sooner, I don't know if I'd be where I am today with the understanding I have today of where I want to go. When I've met current nutrition students since moving back to North Carolina, I've suggested that they look at prerequisites for programs, whether it be a PA, physician's assistant program, or whatever other kind of health degree they might be pursuing afterwards, because all of those prerequisites might not necessarily be required in the nutrition curriculum at State, but they would definitely contribute to electives, I think. So I would definitely be aware of those. And then I have found my class notes and even notes from the jobs that I've done to be extremely helpful in doing future work and future projects. So just keeping a really good organization system. I have been using Evernote lately because your notes from school and jobs are going to be way more helpful most of the time than a Google search.